Live shopping isn't just a trend, it's the retail revolution, and Spree is leading the way. We're here to show businesses the magic of using video and social media to skyrocket sales and expand their audience. At Spree, we're all about making your sales savvy and your connections rock solid. So let's dive in and make your retail dreams come true.
Hey, Corey, dude, we're live.
I'm coming.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing.
Dude.
This is about sports, right? Sportswear. Ow! Almost got it.
Are you okay?
I did. I just took off 3 or 4 nails, but that's okay though.
That's fine. Okay, well, that's one way of starting. We do look good. This is
There's
the
no
hour.
flexing. There's no need to flex.
There'll be more of that coming up. So yeah, welcome back, folks.
Well,
we are back in action, huh?
We are back in action.
Yeah, on brand this time. So welcome to the show, folks.
You said on brand. Yeah, we are on brand with our new
We actually are.
t-shirts.
Is this our new athletic wear? I think we're launching this new line. No, we're not.
God, you look so good right now.
We really do, and I think a lot of it has to do with these sick glasses. But yeah, let's stop.
I was so happy to bring these to the show today, right?
Yeah, we had to. I think any sportswear show without them would not be complete. So
It's also nice seeing you with a hat on, trying to look like me, your mentor.
we're on the same team, right? So
And people are probably wondering, why is Corey's hat so nasty looking? Because this is my actual tennis hat, and I'm very superstitious, and it's really, really old.
should I be worried
so-
that this is yours too?
No, that's my backup. But I haven't put it in use yet, so it's very clean. Hold on. Yes.
You did not have to do that.
I did. It's good.
But
It's good.
okay,
All right.
let's get back on track, guys, because you are all tuned in now, and we want to wish you a warm welcome to the show. And today we're talking all about athletic wear, right?
Sportswear. Yeah.
Sport. That's one way of saying it.
Sportswear. Yeah.
So obviously we have a really packed show today, and yes.
I was just going to say it's just not about sports. I think you were going to get there, but I was just going to say
Yep.
it's specifically sportswear, but how you can sell it through live shopping. Jens, I think I'm going to take these off because I can't really see anything.
Would you be uncomfortable if I kept mine on?
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
I feel like
I can't see your eyes.
Okay,
though.
okay.
No,
Let's
it's
be fair. Let's be fair. Hello, folks.
Bye.
Right, so you're absolutely right. The devil is in the details. So this is about sportswear and how it complements with live shopping. So this reminds me, of course, that it's not just the two of us here today. We're also bringing on a special
Very special guest.
So could you tease us a little bit about who it is?
With pleasure. As you guys have probably read the title, it's none other than
Padelshoppen.
Or in Danish, Padelshoppen. Or it's the Padel Shop. So, and the reason why that this is so exciting to bring them on, of course, is because they're one of the largest e-commerce sports retailers in Denmark and are a go-to shop for paddle players. Not tennis players, paddle. Or as they say, it's called padel.
We're not going to be saying it that way.
Okay. It's the official way of saying it now. But it's a sport, for those of you who haven't caught the padel bug, it's a sport that's just grown astronomically over the last few years.
And you're an avid player of paddle yourself, aren't you?
I am, Jens. I am. And that's aside from also being, anyone who's checked out my LinkedIn profile, a huge tennis fanatic. But I think that Padel Shop, they've done a terrific job of catering to this growing market with their product offerings.
Yeah, agreed. Couldn't agree more. And, you know, it's significant that they've gone into live shopping, I think, because I think this really shows how live demonstration can be a game changer for businesses that sell sportswear and sports gear.
And you had a chance to talk to them, right?
I absolutely did. Now, that was an absolute pleasure, and I spoke to two of the regular faces of their live shows, Mia and Mikkel, who had loads to share about their experiences going live to their sports audience.
Nice. I think we should share that right away.
Okay,
Let's
let's tee it up.
Here we go.
All right, hello, Mia and Mikkel. Thank you so much for coming on with us today to talk all about your experiences with Padelshoppen and your foray into live shopping. So would you please introduce yourselves to the audience so they can get a good idea of who you are?
Yes.
Sure. I'm Mikkel Norman. I'm one of the co-owners of Padelshoppen, also in charge of all the marketing.
Yes, and my name is Mie. I'm a marketing specialist here at Padelshoppen, and I work with all the marketing together with Mikkel.
Lovely. And you're both involved in the live shows that you do, correct?
Yes.
Good. So you have plenty of experience in what we're going to delve into today. But before we dive into that part of the conversation here, I just want to know a little bit more about, if you could tell us about Padelshoppen. Who are you?
Padelshoppen is Denmark's largest online retailer. We also have 2 physical shops, but it's mostly our sales come from our online shop. And we have all for paddle for all levels and all products, shoes, rackets, grips, and so on to supply all the customers for playing paddle.
Awesome. And we know that paddle is huge here in Denmark. So I imagine when you went into the live show format, you were really seeing how popular that became. Now, what was it that actually drew you initially for trying to test this new format? Because how long have you guys been doing live shopping now?
We started with live shopping in 2021 during COVID-19. Actually, we saw that our physical store were closed, and we saw live as an opportunity to get in touch with the customers and connect with them on another level.
Cool. And we've seen that a lot, like during that time with the pandemic. It was obviously really hard to go to physical stores. So that was how a lot of businesses went to try out this new format where they could still give this live demonstration. So what I'm curious to hear also is, now that you've been doing it for a while, what would you say has surprised you the most? And what are some of the big learnings that you've had?
I think when we started, it was all very manual. You have to make some papers with the offers and make a lot of hard work before the show. And especially today where we are making lives every third week, is much easier. You don't have to spend so much time finding product prices, making all the things before the show is going on. So I think we have learned a lot about the time frame from the idea to be on the show.
And considering how your shop is very much, and your products geared towards paddle, which is an athletic sport, have you found any way to sort of tweak your live shows to cater to those athletic audience that you have?
Yeah, when you play paddle, you like to be nerdy and know a lot about the paddle rackets. And the live gives us an opportunity to deep dive into the specs of the rackets and which type of player should play with this, and compare products to each other, because our customer has a lot of questions. Which racket should I buy, and what's the difference, and stuff like that. And under the live shows, we can connect with the customer on another level, and they can ask questions live as we speak about the products.
And then me, as a paddle expert, I will imagine to call myself, I will try to answer right away, and me will say, maybe we have some questions regarding these rackets and what's the difference, and which brands do I use, which brands do I use personal. So a lot of questions we can answer right away in the show, but also being in a paddle club, make the live show from another place, not only the office, but also in a paddle club or somewhere else, to make another live show should also not be the same every time we make the show.
Great. So you've kind of learned to adapt to your audience and try and make it fresh enough for them to always get something new out of the experience. And also for those who are paddle enthusiasts, which I imagine most of your audience is, they can connect with you and get that real-time feedback. So I think that's a really cool development. Yeah. Now, I'm also sorry?
Another thing we have tried to do is make a theme for every live show. So sometimes it's, what do the pro players play with? And then we show some of that. And sometimes it's more like the best deals right now. So we try to make a theme every time we make a live show. We didn't do that at the beginning. We just went on and had a lot of great deals, but now we try to make a theme every time so people know what to expect, but still have some surprises with competitions and giveaways and stuff like that. Yeah.
Very nice. So they also get some information and value out of joining your lives, aside from obviously the products that you offer. So, yes. But there's a good package deal that you can get from that. That makes a lot of sense. Now, speaking of sort of the sales part of things, and when you've gone live and had a good response from your audience, have you seen that have any impact on your sales metrics and your engagement overall? Like, how has this performed for you over the years?
I think when we are in 2025, we also have, of course, Meta ads, Google ads, and we have a lot of marketing channels. But when we have this live event, is somehow included now all our marketing metrics. And people also ask, when are you going live again? Because we want you to talk about this racket or this shoe or this bag. So I think we are using the live events to make it more personal. People can interact with me, and they can ask all the questions that are not so easy to ask on an email or when you write on our chat or something like that. They can talk to me directly in that 1 hour we are live.
Yeah, that's hugely important, right? And it also builds a personal connection between your audience and then you as a brand and a face to the brand. And I think that's a powerful thing that we've seen now. Now, I'm curious as well, since you mentioned how it's also a part of your marketing operations. How do you measure the success of a live event for Padelshoppen?
We have some different metrics we look at. We have a Facebook live shopping group where we build a community. We have 4,000 members right now. And a success criteria for us is new signups for this group every live show. And then we have some revenue numbers we need to get every time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then we also, I think, just I don't know how to make me measure as success, but I think our success is that we have to be there and we are personal. People now know me and me and want to say, okay, I have bought this racket from Mikkel or bought this bag from me. So the personal level is really a success by itself, I think. Nice.
Yeah, I think that's actually a component very interesting that you wouldn't perhaps normally see in e-commerce, right? Because it can perhaps be a bit less of a personal transaction, whereas in a physical store, you would exactly have what you described there, that you have a one-to-one exchange between a customer and a supplier. But here you also get that, even though it's live, because you build that organic sort of interaction with your audience. So that's a really cool way to measure success, I think, and one we haven't seen so often perhaps in traditional e-commerce. So what I also want to touch on, because it seems as though you actually have developed the medium and sort of catered to what your audience is seeking, whether that's more expert advice or such as showing what the pros in the game do, as you mentioned. I'm curious, are you trying to develop any new concepts? Is there anything new that you're wanting to experiment with?
Yeah, right now we go live every third week because we found out that's the perfect time frame to, like, they're ready every third week. If we did it one time a week in this industry, it just became too much. So now we do it every third week, but maybe we will like to do these kind of pop-up lives. So if we get a new product that's really hyped back in stock, we can go live like really quick, tell our audience about it, and they can order it through the live shopping and ask questions during the live. So yeah, we would like to try to do this new thing with the pop-up lives. Yeah,
I think that sounds really cool, and it sort of builds anticipation for this commercial event, right? That you're doing a launch of a new product, and then people can come together and share their enthusiasm. I think that sounds really cool. Yeah, that was really great. Now, is there any last comments that you would like to share with the audience? Just any insights that you might provide that could kind of make them make them think a little bit about whether or not this is something they might want to consider?
I think we have talked about is that many companies maybe think, oh, it's hard to go live. It's not that easy. Just do it, because you will get the help from the robot to help you up. You just try to do it and try to talk to customers. They will get you both positive things back and challenging things back. So you can just do it and then see what happens, because it's better to do something that just stay out of the live industry, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's a great note to end it on. So I want to thank you both, me and Mikkel, for coming on today. Really love chatting with you, and just appreciate your time.
You too.
Thank you.
Cool. Welcome back, folks. Jens, that was so cool.
Yeah, no, they were great to talk to, me and Mikkel. Thanks again. Just awesome chat.
Absolutely. You know, I'd love to be on one of their live streams. When I was watching, I was like, I'd love to be on one of their live streams to show off some of my Padel.
Oh, yeah?
I know we said
Can you give a quick demonstration? You have the racket here?
Yeah.
I know it's not accurate.
So
but...
this is not a Padel racket, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I can really show off any skills here.
Okay. We'll leave that for the after credits.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do some outtakes afterwards.
Fair.
Right. Now, obviously, it was great to hear how they kind of worked on their live shows to perfect their formula for sportswear. Like, for example, which is one of the things that I noticed is like incorporating the culture around the sport into their themes is really smart, and I think for them really on brand.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know, that's also what I paid attention to when I spoke to them. I think that sportswear brands, they have such a unique opportunity to build on the enthusiasm of their fans.
Right.
You know, anyone who's into sports, that it's something they really care about passionately. So the way that they've catered to it by, for example, on their live shows, they talk about the pros in the game and kind of replicating what the best players are doing.
All the big tournaments as well, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and then also showing products that the pros in the game are using. So that's really a great segue to implement the culture to the products that you're selling.
Yeah,
right? So
and,
really awesome.
And why not want to use the same racket that a pro is using, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really great when Mia mentioned that.
Yep.
But yeah.
I really think that they're doing a great job of demonstrating sports gear, but also sportswear in action, like, you know, looking at the grip and the weight of it. You wouldn't think those things would really matter, but they do, and the devil is very much in the details. And I think they're really well positioned to kind of demonstrate the fit and functionality of activewear as well, like, for example, specific tops and shorts that provide added stretch and mobility. And I can tell you one thing is that tennis and paddle players, probably more so than paddle that I've noticed, they're very focused on how they look when they play. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You wouldn't think so.
So not just fit and function, but also the style.
Yeah,
I guess.
very much so. Very much so.
I guess it's sports are a social activity, so also you want to look the part.
Yep.
And I think, like you said, function is one thing that you can show off on a live demonstration. But you know, for example, I can relate that to what I do myself when I just ordered a new batch of gym clothes myself the other day from a live show. And what I really noticed was great about what they did is they had really, really good bargains. So I like a good bargain, and who doesn't? And then also they showed off how it looked on the model.
Okay.
And the model here, he happened to be just like me.
Okay.
Really fit and muscular, you know. So I knew it was gonna look good on me.
Was he like the Asian Johnny Depp?
No, there's only one.
There's only one.
He's sitting
That's
right
true.
here, folks. He's sitting right here.
I love it.
Yeah, but no, I think that's a really good way that you can not only show equipment in use, but also why sportswear, people who care about how they look, they're also going to benefit from it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, my vanity aside, I know the reason why these live shows, they draw you in. It's the whole interactivity part. And it's something that both Mikkel and Mia were touching on. It's like you can throw in competitions and really make them sports themed to draw in that specific audience. So something like, guess how many goals the host can score in 5 minutes. And you have all the viewers typing in their guesses, right?
Well, I guess if it's tennis or paddle related, it's not going to really be goals, but I get your point, though.
What do you call it?
Well, I don't know how many points you get.
Points?
How you win.
That's
goals,
boring, man.
Goals is football. Goals is soccer.
Clearly not. I'm not an athlete, so. But you know, the point being, let's go back to what the point was.
The point was, Corey.
Which is
Corey, you're missing the point.
when you actually hone in on these gamification elements, you bring in your audience, and the comments will just buzz with engagement, and that's what we've seen consistently time and again.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And obviously, with really enthusiastic fans and people who are shopping for sportswear, the ROI you're seeing with this is really strong, and a major contributor to the 60% conversion rate that we're often seeing with people who do live shopping with Spree.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I can also imagine, how powerful it would be to say, bring on a pro athlete on one of your live shows, because that will really rally your audience around it. If they're an enthusiastic fan base, they'll be super, super excited to see their favorite players in a live stream.
Right, and that's where the opportunities grow, right? So you find new ways to engage your audience, like Padelshoppen did, and that they also emphasized,
Absolutely.
Right, so, hey, again, thanks to Mia and Mikkel from Padelshoppen for chipping in with their awesome story on today's show. And look, folks, if you're listening right now and feeling inspired either by what we talked about or how we look today, I think we need to don the glasses for the closing here.
Agreed.
Okay, so if you're feeling inspired and you want to see if you can bring some of that magic to your business, then look, you can book a discovery call with our team at any time, and we'll have a real conversation about your goals. So if that sounds interesting, go to spree.io. That's SPRII.
Yeah, Cap.
.io and connect with us there, right?
Strong finish.
That's a strong finish.
And that was just the halftime, right?
That was just the halftime. Who do we have for the halftime show? We've been listening to Taylor Swift all day.
We have. I want her to have an Eras tour on every live show, but this is where, now that we have the glasses, this is where like the CSI explosion goes, and we're like walking away from it in slow-mo.
We can do that.
Can we do something about that? No.
We will make that happen. Right.
No, that was really it, folks. So thank you all for joining today and giving us your great company.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao. Game, set, match.
Woo!